Afternoon, chaps and chapesses, or is it chapettes? Who knows? And chaplains and the good people of Chappaquiddick. That's somewhere in, I think, Massachusetts. Is it in the States? I'm not sure. Good afternoon. It's Sunday and it's 18 degrees. And that big yellow ball in the sky has come out to say hello. And I'm off out to find some trouble and some mischief. And I don't know where yet, but I'm sort of thinking going slightly northwards. Now, not as far north as our brethren in Northern Ireland, but maybe just up towards Drogheda, County Louth, etc., up that way. And see what we can find, if anything, yeah? So, why not come along for the drive and the laugh and the crack, and let's see what we can find. So yeah, come on for the fun of it, yeah? In the words of a very, very, very famous protagonist of mine, rock and roll, let's go. Bah, let's do it, let's rock. Oh, for flip's sake, chaps, this is an absolute cracker of a country when the sun shines. It's beautiful today. There's real heat in that sun. I don't need a jacket. It's 18 degrees and that big yellow ball in the sky is shining down on me, and it's wonderful. It's wonderful. Look where we are. Slane Castle. All right. Now, I don't know a whole lot of the history of the place. Built in around, I think, 1785. And it's famous for the concerts that are held, that have been held there, yeah. Since 1981, there have been such rock icons as the Stones, Guns N' Roses, Metallica, Chili Peppers, Queen, Bowie, Neil Young, Bryan Adams, Dylan, Bruce Springsteen, Madonna even, R.E.M., Foo Fighters and Oasis. Oh, and that little sort of unknown band called, what's their names again? Irish band. U2, that's them, yeah. And this is absolutely beautiful. Oh, believe it or believe it not, I have never in my entire life been here. This is a really, really, really historic part of Ireland, County Meath. And within a stone's throw of here, between County Meath and County Louth, you've got Newgrange, which is, I think, a Neolithic Stone Age grave. You've got Nowth, Doubt. You've got the Battle of the Boyne site, which is quite contentious in this country. Unfortunately, our country has a rather violent history to it, yeah, which is terribly sad because it's so beautiful when the sun shines, yeah. I ain't giving out about it. I ain't talking misery here or anything like that. Imagine the crowds down there during concert day, like when Queen played here. Believe it or not, I've never been to a gig here. Never, ever, ever, yeah? We'll head down and see what we can see down here because it looks massive, it looks magnificent. Apparently, I think in the early 1990s, there was a massive fire here and a big, big part of it was destroyed. But there was a massive reconstruction of the destroyed part of it, and it was reopened again, I think, about 10 years later. So, looks good, doesn't it? And look at that sunshine. Look at these green fields. Imagine rocking out here to look at the vista there. It's fantastic. Oh, I'm just in my element here because it's such a beautiful day, and I'm in such a beautiful place. Oh dear. It's a dangerous place for me, chaps, I can tell you. Sadly, I can't get any closer to the castle than this, yeah? Look, if you're Irish and you've never been here, leap into the car and come to County Meath and County Louth for a couple of hours. On a nice day like today, there's nowhere like it. It's absolutely beautiful, yeah? Or if you're not Irish and you're visiting here, rent a car and come to some of these wonderful places. Unfortunately, I can't get any closer to Lord Mount Charles's house. That was his name. That's the guy who owns it. The 29 millionth Earl of Flaggerville. Making this up as I go along, as usual, chaps. But look at it. It's magnificent, isn't it? And I am ashamed and loath to say I've never been here before. Fantastic, isn't it? I'm guessing that's the distillery over there. I'm steering clear of that for obvious reasons. I mean, I'm driving for starters. I wouldn't dare drink and drive. And I don't do well on spirits. So, we're going to move on to our next port of call as soon as I find it. Come on with us, chaps. Okie dokie, chaps. Our next little port of call. Old Mellifont Abbey. A ruined Cistercian monastery. Now, this is exciting, isn't it? Established in 1142 by Saint Malachy of the Lemon Gusset. I've been here before many years ago with an American friend of ours, and it was a miserable wet day back then, but it ain't today. So let's have a quick look around. Yeah, it's ruined, obviously. So we gotta get in and get out by 5:30. It's just 5 p.m. right now. Wowzers. Wow. I'd forgotten how beautiful it is. I'd also forgotten how ruined it is. And by the way, from Slane Castle, it took me exactly 12 minutes to get here. In the car, obviously, yeah. So, like I said, there's so much around this area. This, by the way, is now County Louth. We are no longer in the county of Meath. But yeah, let's take a look. Somehow I doubt very much if that glass is original. Sorry, that's me being flippant. And that's not right in such a revered place. It's so amazing, the difference in this country when the sun shines. It's beautiful, it's glorious today. Now, if Madam was with me, she'd be freezing. But I suppose that's the nature of being Thai and never having experienced weather below 30 degrees. Well below that here. Who knew, chaps? That little piece there is known as the lavabo, where the monks wash their hands before meals, and it's one of the few pieces to survive substantially. Now it's still obviously in not the greatest state of repair, let's say, but it's beautiful. This order, the Cistercian order, introduced into Ireland by Saint Malachy, who was the Archbishop of Armagh up north. And the first community here included both French and Irish monks, all trained at Clairvaux in France. Wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. That's a wine cellar. By the way, that's a joke. I doubt very much if that's the wine cellar. And all of a sudden, it starts raining. Flipping hell. All 4 seasons in 1 hour. Oh well, it's Ireland, It's what we know and love and come to expect, the predictable unpredictability of the weather. Chaps, Laytown Beach, County Meath. Not quite South Beach, Miami, and it's gone a bit nippy. I almost needed to put my jacket on, but not quite. And up that way is Bettystown, a veritable mecca for staycationers and people who love to be freezing. It ain't Jomtien, is it? But it's still got, again, it's back to the rugged beauty thing, isn't it? Over that way, I'm guessing, is probably Manchester or Blackpool or something, if you're a good swimmer. So, County Meath, County Louth. A magnificent day trip if you're driving. So much to see. And I've literally only scratched the surface. If you remember, last week I was in Trim at the old castle there. And there's about, there's got to be 20 or 30 historical sites around the area here. A magnificent day trip if you're out and about. So, I'm getting cold. So, I'm going to go back and get into the car and move on to our next port of call. It's just 6 o'clock, so it's kind of cooling down a little bit from the tropical temperature we had earlier. It's only about 13 degrees now. So let's move it. Let's move on. Okie dokie, chaps. Just to elaborate a smidge on some of the historical sites that I mentioned earlier. County Meath is absolutely chock-a-block with historical sites. I'll read a few out for you here. Bective Abbey, the Hill of Tara, Hill of Slane, Slane Castle, I'll have to put my glasses on, Loch Crew Cairns, Nouth, Athlumney Castle, Arkle Memorial Statue, Ireland's oldest bridge, Priory of St. John the Baptist, Fornox Tomb, Dunmore Castle. Down over in County Louth, we got the Long Woman's Grave, Termon Feckin Castle, now that's a mouthful with after 8 points of Guinness, Mellifont Abbey, the Tulsel, whatever that is, Kilwira Church Ruins, Dromiskin Monastic Site, Knock Abbey Castle, Hill of Fogart. You've also got in Drogheda, you've got, I think it's St. Peter's Basilica, where the head of St. Oliver Plunkett is on display. Rather gruesome, but if you're into it. The point is that, quite simply, all of these sites are within an hour of Dublin, for starters, and second of all, they're all within sort of minutes of each other. When I say minutes, I mean I'm talking 30 minutes, 40 minutes of each other. You're not going to get them all done in one day, or even 2 days. You're probably not interested enough to do so, but, oh my goodness. But they're there. Get out and do them, yeah? Now, I'll tell you where I am right now. I am outside, just at the perimeter here of Dublin Airport. Just watching the planes come and go, yeah? I'm not a great flyer. And I do this usually within a couple of days of flying. I come out to the airport and I have a look at the planes coming and going for 20 minutes. When I say I'm not a great flyer, I am extremely nervous. I don't mind speed, I don't mind fast cars, motorcycles, all of that sort of stuff, but I'm not a good flyer at all. I'm quite extremely nervous, in fact, yeah. So I come out here and I sit here for 15-20 minutes and I watch the planes coming and going, yeah. So I know, the exciting life, but let's just wait and see if we can get one or two going out. Okie dokie. Hey, Aer Lingus, I reckon that's a prop job. I reckon that's going west to Knock or somewhere, or Aran Islands, or flipping, I don't know. I don't think they do kind of anything like long haul, even to the UK on that. Now, I know that's not long haul, but off you go. Right, chaps, I'm out of here. We go to our next and probably our last destination of the day. Yeah, Dublin Airport. I'll be here on Friday. Okie smoky pokey, chaps. Dublin's Phoenix Park, in the heart of the city here, yeah. It's a huge park. Apparently, you know, I'm not sure, but I was told years ago that it was the biggest park in Europe, yeah. Now that could be right, could be wrong. Don't ever take my word for things. And right behind me, right there, is the home of the American ambassador. See the old glory flying there in all its glory, yeah? And just over there, that is Oris an Uachtaráin, which is the residence of our president, yeah? This is a huge park, and again, if you're in Dublin, whether you're from Ireland or otherwise, if you're staying in Dublin, it's within walking distance of the city centre, and it's a beautiful, beautiful park. You can see deer ambling and gambling, no, not gambling, gambolling around the area here if you're lucky. The zoo, Dublin Zoo, is over that way, yeah. Fantastic park. On a nice day like today, of course, it's magnificent. If it's bucketing down with rain, you might sort of think differently. Moving on, I've got one more little spot to show you, and I bet you can't wait. This, chaps, is the Papal Monument. 28th September 1979, the Pope arrived here for 3 days. And out there is where the throngs, and I am not kidding you, I was one of them. I was woken out of my bed at 5 a.m. to walk from where I lived in Walkinstown to here to see himself, yeah. He was here for 3 days, and an estimated 2.7 million people came to see him. And they've left that big cross there as a sort of memorial to it. Ireland back then was a massively, massively Catholic country. Not anymore. Not anymore. And I don't want to get into religion or politics here, but there are those who say that's a good thing, and there are those who say it should return to its former glory as a Catholic country. It's not for me to say what's right and wrong here, but this is the site where the Pope visited. 1 million people came to see him here, just in this site alone, yeah. And as I said, an estimated 2.7 million in the 3 days that he was here, yeah. So wasn't that fabulous? Right, chaps, that's it. That's about it for today. I am sort of done. Thank you for watching, both of you, or even all three of you. And good luck, good night, may your God go with you. Don't forget your shovel, and absolutely just vital this while I'm in such a religious mood. Have a good time all the time, chaps. Good luck, good night, and God bless.